Welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. We have reached a very critical point in the game. We have gotten the key card that we needed to access a door we've been locked out of the entire time we've been in this dungeon. And we can finally move on, and, well, you can tell we're getting really close. Now we're going to have to backtrack across the good way, because we've gone really far into this like weird indoor outside kind of place, and we need to run back across the entire thing back to the main hall of the station. Fortunately, with cutting out all the battles and stuff, not a huge deal for us, is it? Somehow my order keeps getting mixed up in my battles. Gotta love those healing rooms. Lifesavers. There's a weird little texture issue on the escalator. You can see the seams where one texture ends and the next begins. It's the same texture just being repeated over and over again. But, you get what I mean, right? Now, we could have gone through this door before, I just didn't do it. It wasn't really necessary. In fact, you don't really need to do it at all, I don't think. But look, a bunch of little honeys. What's a navigator? Oh, so they unlock doors. Is that what honey is? Oh, we already have one. Well, they must be talking about honey. So this is where honey came from. A navigator on the orbital station Myrid, responsible for opening doors and that kind of crap. And if that's the case, why hasn't honey gone and opened doors for us before? Okay, now this one you needed a new security card to get into. Despite all you really needing to do was climb up over a little ledge there, and you would have been in this security lock A room. Now these little terminals are what we needed to get to. This opens the front door, allowing us to leave the station easily, and this other one shuts off the security barrier. So now we can get through that. Now, we could have done all this stuff a while ago. I just didn't do it, because it wasn't necessary. Now we can get through the security barrier. Doesn't seem a little strange that we couldn't have just jumped through it before anyway, but whatever. A lot of odd things are barriers for you in this game. Okay, use the security card over here again. And I believe that's the last time we're going to need to use it. Nope, wrong way. There's our door. Now, where we are now is probably the coolest part of the game, if you're in a way, because there's just a bunch of rooms full of, what was this? Old bosses. And rather than just jumping at you one at a time, they are they're paired up. So now we have 3 of them here. She does less magic damage than Pico does. She is kind of useless. The only difference is she has a bunch of magic abilities in her basic character, rather than Pico, who had to have them added through skill nodes. Now, I don't think these are really the new boss that we fought back in the beginning of the game, because if that were the case, we would have crushed them with like one hit. They were a lot weaker than this. So these are they just sort of look like them, and they are very weak enemies. They're not intended to be extremely difficult like a normal boss. Now, I believe most of the bosses in the game you can be fighting here. Not all of them, of course. You're not going to fight Tipo, you're not going to fight Rocky, you're not going to fight Zig, or a couple of bosses a couple other bosses that you're not going to fight in here. Now remember this guy, this was like Mikba, the leader of Sin City that we killed some time back. Didn't do that much damage there, did it? Chump. This little safe room I've found is not just a safe room, but it is also the gateway onto the next area of the level. Now I could wander through and fight the rest of those bosses, but I'm not going to do it because well, we've seen all those before. But down here is where all the interesting stuff happens. Of course, for the new area, we have a new round of enemies. Vampire and Nightbat. Let's do some killing. That was a waste. Oh, you are so dead. Huh. With that move, I'm not sure what that move is supposed to do. I think it's a move that stops your action in progress. Apparently it prevented them from taking another move. Wow, this thing is putting up a much better fight than I thought it would. I mean, look at that. There we have it. Let's go on. Oh, what do you know? Honey can unlock doors. Why haven't you unlocked any of the doors that were in the floors above us? I mean, seriously, where the hell were you? Library mode. What that means is we're going to be filled in on some of the backstory of this game. At the end of the game, maybe they should have told us a little bit sooner, but what do you know, better late than never. What the hell is that supposed to be? That's actually supposed to be the sprite of a woman, like a holographic woman or something. You see her there, but there's some sort of graphical glitch with the emulator. EPSXE, I forget which graphics plugin I was using. And that's something, okay, they're talking about the Desert of Death.
Okay, I'm going to bring this episode to a close here. I don't want this next one to go on too long. So tune in for the next one. We will have the final episode of Let's Play Breath of Fire 3.